Hello, my name is Keith Lemon. I am a combat veteran, a father of 3 children, and an active duty military pediatrician who specializes in taking care of teenagers and young adults. It's my great honor to introduce this program designed specifically for you, teenagers and young adults, whose parents and family members are serving their country in the United States military. While it's obvious that your parents and your family members are serving and sacrificing, it may often feel as though your personal service and sacrifice goes unnoticed. Let me say right now, we are aware of the challenges of being a member of a military family, and we want to thank you for all of the things that you and your family do to support your military family member when they have to be away from home for their job. The goals of this program are to support you and your family, to help you learn what to expect when a member of your family deploys, to help you develop skills needed to get through a deployment successfully, and to help members of your community understand what it is that you and your family are going through during this challenging time. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video and for using all the other resources that are contained within it.
Hello, my name's Cameron Luck. If you're watching this video, chances are that someone close to you has been or is going to be deployed as part of the military job. You're not alone, even though it may feel that way sometimes. There are many families in the same situation, and everyone handles the experience in different ways. When your mom or dad first left, you may have felt upset or scared. You may have been mad that your mom would miss your games or school activities or wouldn't be able to help you with your homework. On the other hand, you may have felt proud that they're the ones helping to defend and protect our country. Some kids don't feel any differently at all when their parent has to go away. We made this video so we could show you how other kids are feeling about somebody in their family being deployed. Maybe some of the things they are doing will work for you too.
He was saving our country. On the news, they didn't tell the good stuff, they just told the bad stuff. I sometimes feel sad.
It's okay to be sad or angry.
What I actually have now is just my mom, and what I really needed before was my dad.
I have to take care of my brother a lot, so my mom just doesn't have time anymore.
Every day I talk to him, I don't feel sad.
I was kind of scared. I felt sick sometimes, but now that he's back, I don't get him as much. I don't think I realized how much it affected me. I think it's easier to talk to someone about it instead of keeping it inside.
None of my friends' families are deployed or in the Army, so I'm pretty much the only one.
Having mom or dad gone can be tough. Before your mom leaves, she may be busy getting ready for a military job. This may not leave a lot of time to spend with you. Maybe you're wondering what you're going to do without her, or how things will change in the family. You may even be wondering how things are going to be when she comes back. You might be having strange feelings you've never had before as you go through this deployment experience. They come from uncertainty about the future and the big changes to your normal routine. This is a lot for us to go through, but others have gone through it and have come out okay, as you will see.
I just feel like someone's taking away something that's not theirs to take. It's going to be really hard, but there's nothing to worry about and stuff. It's all going to be okay.
When my dad left out, I got very sad because I was kind of like a daddy's girl.
I never realized how much I would miss him, actually. Yeah, I miss him terribly.
Sometimes I would go into my mom's room just to give her a kiss goodnight, and she wouldn't be there.
I guess stress is like loneliness. There's no medicine or stuff that I can take to cure it. Like if you have a broken leg, you would want to get it cured, but when you have sadness or stress, you want it gone.
Well, they always want to talk about it. They're just like, so your dad's deployed, where is he and stuff, and it's just not something that I like to share with everybody.
If he goes several times a year, it gets really frustrating.
And now that I'm older, I look back and I'm like, well, maybe things would have been different if he was there.
I think the last time he was here for my birthday was 6 or 7 years ago. And they always send him away during the summer.
My mom's a single mom now, so she has to take care of me and my brother by herself. So I take on a lot of that now.
And I think one of the hard things about having a military parent is, seeing other families, with, a mom and a dad, a brother and sister, just a full family, and me walking with, my mom and my sister.
I'm not able to do as much. He brought me to soccer, and he did a lot of stuff with Boy Scouts.
He's kind of our base of our family. So without him, things don't go too smooth.
He went over there, and he was supposed to come back, sooner, but then they made him stay, 4 extra months or something, because they had to keep him longer.
It's just hard to not concentrate on him being gone?
I made the freshman basketball team when he was gone, so he never got to see one of my games, so that was pretty tough for me.
To most people, the sacrifice that the family has to suffer is almost more subtle.
You feel like you're broken down, like a piece of you's left, maybe forever.
He always pushed me to do well because he knew that I had the potential. So he'd really push me a lot harder to make sure that I got my schoolwork done and I did this and I did that, you know. But like since he's been gone, I cared a lot less because I didn't have somebody pushing me to do better.
Just having another guy to talk to, and then when you don't have that guy to talk to, you just feel like you're alone and you're outnumbered, so you don't get to do a lot of stuff. So I get into chick flicks all the time. That's the big problem.
Sitting outside holding your mom's purse outside the ladies' changing room, just looking around, looking for one guy, just to make sure that you're not the only guy in there. That's one sacrifice that I had to make, not having, my father.
Some of us have been separated from our dads before for military duties, but this time it may seem different because of the potential dangers of his job during wartime. When you think of war, you may think of your dad getting hurt or even dying. These are the worst things that could happen to your dad while he was away. It's normal to worry about that, but most return home safely. It's important to recognize your fear, but not to dwell on it. Your dad is a part of the best military in the world, and they're surrounded by others who'll be watching their back. If you have these fears, talk about how you're feeling with someone in your family or someone you trust. Let's see what other kids are thinking about.
He wasn't on the internet for a while, and he wasn't calling. So there was some action. She thought that he had died.
I get sad a lot when he's gone. Like when I hear about bombs going off and stuff.
When the bomb went off on December 21st, I was pretty angry.
When he drove over there, it makes us feel glad that he's fighting for our country, but then while we are glad, we are sad.
Maybe he was not gonna make it back. He got a camera so we can look at him while he was talking. And I thought maybe something bad's gonna happen while he's talking and we're gonna see him die.
Because he was wounded, so I was just angry and I was like, he has to be alright.
If he wants to fight for his country, let him go. Just so he knows that he's got people here that love him.
I don't really feel like he fully gets it. He'll like he has a Game Boy and he'll like, when he loses the game or something, it'll play like some song and he'll be like, this is how I feel that Dad's leaving or whatever, because it's like a slow song or something. And then it'll have like a fast, happy song if he win or something. He'll be like, this is how I feel when Dad comes back.
I get nervous sometimes because I feel like it's never going to come, and sad that it's never going to come, that he's not coming back soon enough. But I don't feel angry or really upset.
Possibly my dad, not getting killed, but maybe like hurting himself to where he can't walk, or he has like a missing arm or something like that.
Some kids find that watching news coverage of the war can be upsetting. It seems that only the negative parts are shown on the news. You're probably hearing positive stories from your family member that never make it to the news. Keep in mind that things are not always bad as they seem. For every negative thing that is shown, there are many positive things that are not being shown. I'll bet that your mom or dad is much more likely to be helping out with the positive stuff.
My mom didn't want us to watch the news because it was just too depressing, so we didn't watch it.
He said that it's a lot different over there than what the news says. The news just focuses on all the war and all the hate.
On the news, they didn't tell the good stuff, they just told the bad stuff.
I wish that they'd show more of what they were actually doing to help.
But a lot of stories on the news about a bombing or a whole bunch of people getting killed.
When I hear something about a car bombing, I have to cover my ears.
Well, my mom does, and if she finds anything that she should tell us, she'll tell us. And like sometimes I'll just take a peek at stuff in like doctor's offices or something, and I'll just like watch it for a little bit because there's nothing else.
I try not watching the news, because they would always say something, something negative. They wouldn't say nothing positive.
My mom does. I don't really care for it because, like, then again, I really don't want to see what's happening because if I do, then I'm going to end up worrying more. So I'd rather just hear what my dad's saying to me and not really drone out everything else, because the media has one thing that they want you to believe and what's actually going on is a different thing. So I'd rather just stick to what my dad has to say.
It's important to learn healthy ways to cope. It's normal to be angry when your mom first leaves, but staying angry doesn't do anyone any good. Most kids find it's helpful to join activities outside the home as a great way to relieve stress. Some play sports, others join clubs, some hang out with friends or take new classes at school. You may even know somebody else whose family member is deployed and knows exactly what you are going through. Look to these people and develop relationships with them while your family member is away. Believe me, it'll make your family deployment experience a lot easier.
You feel like, you're the only one. You want, that kid who has both parents, all their sisters, nobody in their family's died, federally. You want them to feel your pain, what it feels like to have your parents gone, not to have your father around, not to have your mother around.
People that had their mom deployed, and ask them for advice what to do and what not to do.
So I decided I was going to try to teach myself how to draw better, because before I couldn't draw as well. So I thought maybe I should draw a little bit more, and maybe that will help me get through it.
The way military kids tend to get over it or get through the deployment is they stay busy.
I think that just putting it out of your mind and not thinking about it is good.
Don't keep your emotions bottled up and focus on your homework.
My friends helped me get through a lot of it.
And so I took care of my dogs more often. I would pick up, hurt animals and everything.
Get outside, grab a bunch of friends, play dodgeball, do anything.
You surround yourself and you keep busy as much as you can. And do something you enjoy. Make sure you make time for yourself in the day.
I think it's easier to talk to someone about it instead of keeping it inside. Because I used to keep it inside and not say anything to anyone, and then I'd get really angry from keeping it all inside.
Remember that we are not alone during this deployment experience. There are many people who are able and willing to help us. It's okay to let a trusted adult know when you're feeling bad. If they can't help you, the chances are they can find somebody who can. The military and your community are also very concerned about you while your family member is away. They have many ways to help you get through the deployment experience.
All of the families should pay attention to their kids, because the wives, the husbands are going through a lot, and they've got their problems, and so do the kids.
At my high school, there's maybe 2 or 3 other kids that their family was in Iraq but wasn't deployed. So out of the 1,200 kids at my high school, I was probably maybe one out of 2 of the families that were deployed.
My teachers were calling my mom and talking to her about how I was doing.
The solution probably would be for the ones that are sitting outside of the group to try to bring them in and show them that they're not alone and that a lot of our other friends have family that are missing.
I had a counselor at school, and then I had a counselor outside of school.
Probably if I had someone to talk to, it'd probably be easy, but we could, in my community, it'd be cool if we could have a get-together every week or so and just talk about how it is.
Don't broadly come out and say, do you want to talk about something? Gradually come into it. Kids will probably back down a lot, because it's hard to talk about stuff.
Sometimes I get annoyed and I want to talk about it, but they try to help too much. I only want to be helped a little.
It was really good that my friends would help me out a little bit, because I didn't like to be depressed, and I was depressed for a little bit, but then I got out of it when my friends started telling me it was going to be okay, that he was going to be fine and nothing bad was going to happen.
Maybe my school could have stepped in a little bit harder, just trying to make a group of kids like my brother's school.
One of my teachers, she was really helpful. She would ask me how my dad was doing and stuff, but at my school we had brought all the kids whose parents are on deployment, and we all got together, and so I had a guidance counselor then, but not before.
And I think counseling was one of the best things for me. And another important thing is to have a good friend that you can talk to about it.
There's no question that things change once your dad leaves, but not all change is bad. Being the kid of a military parent has its challenges, but it also has enormous rewards. Being around the military has helped us to become less judgmental and more accepting of others, more flexible and adaptable, and it's also helped us to develop an intense love and respect for our family. Many kids don't get the opportunity to work on these life skills until much later in life. Taking on extra responsibility and doing a good job of it is a great help to our family and may lead to the kind of independence and responsibility we're looking for later on.
I learned the responsibility from my brothers, so it learns to take care of other people and yourself.
As unfortunate that it is that he's gone, it's actually helped our family a lot. We've gotten closer.
It made me a stronger person altogether. I learned more things, like if you got hurt and your mom wasn't home, you learned how to bandage up a cut, or if you didn't feel good, you can get yourself an aspirin or something. Make your own food for dinner.
When I was maybe 10 or 11, I was used to having, say, my parents iron my clothes. But as soon as my dad left, my mom handed me an iron and said, straighten out your clothes, iron them. I'm not ironing them, I'm late for work. So I learned how to do that the hard way.
I got stronger individually. I'm more independent than I was before after my dad left.
My sister walked in on me when I was, basically just doing nothing, watching TV, and she asked me for, how to find out the circumference of a circle. I would say go bother somebody else. And then she would leave, and then I would realize what I did, and that she was just asking me to help her with a problem. Then I would just, call her back in and help her.
I can now use the oven, and my mom trusted me with the oven and stuff.
Maybe I'm a little more independent.
I didn't want to do it. I was like, why do I always have to do this all the time? But then when I started doing it more, I was like, oh, I understand why this is now. And it made me have more respect for him.
Never really got depressed with my dad being deployed or anything. I almost felt more proud of him for him being able to serve his country. I believe my dad's deployment it did help me determine what I want to do in the future after I graduate and that sort of deal, because if he hadn't and I hadn't become my mom's right hand and stuff, then I don't think I wouldn't be a nurse. I may still be going into the Army and stuff, but not as a nurse.
Most young people are going to do just fine with their family's deployment, but for some, the experience may become too overwhelming. If this happens to you, it's very important that you let someone you trust know that you're feeling too stressed out. I'm going to list a few things to be on the lookout for in your friends and yourself. Dropping grades, feeling tired all the time, getting moody or angry a lot, feeling bored all the time, thinking about hurting yourself or others, worrying a lot, feeling physically sick, losing your appetite or eating too much, feeling sad or hopeless, thinking of using alcohol or drugs. Hopefully these things won't happen to you, but if they do, people who care about you need to know. Remember, asking for help is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength.
My brother, he was just really sad, and I didn't want to be sad with him because, I need to show him that you need to be tough and strong, so.
My grades were slipping in English class really bad.
So I ended up starting out the school year with being an A+ student. By the end of the school year, I was getting like C's and D's.
They would always ask me, oh, are you okay? And the guidance counselor would get really annoying, and she'd keep sending me to her office, and I didn't want to talk about it.
I had a friend, and his mom was in the military. His hair used to be blonde, and then he dyed it all black, and then he was wearing all black, and even though it's a style, but he took the style to another level.
My little sister, she did a lot worse than I did with school. She really never wanted to go. She didn't want to go. She wouldn't get up in the morning. She'd stay in bed.
My dad got deployed a couple years back, and I shut down completely and didn't do anything. Stayed at home for a week. Didn't go to school. Didn't go outside. Didn't eat a lot. Just stayed all by myself.
So, you saw other people were dealing with military deployment. I got involved in this project because my dad was recently deployed too. We experienced many of the issues we discussed in this video. We realized that over time, this experience brought our family closer and made us stronger. I hope that you'll be able to get these same benefits from these challenging times. Remember that you are not alone as your family goes through the deployment. Talk about your feelings and emotions with people you trust. If times get tough, remember that asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Look forward to knowing that the difficult times won't last forever, and you'll be a stronger, more confident person in the end. I hope you'll take stress management to the next level by creating your own military youth stress management plan Thanks for watching, and I hope this program made things a little easier for you. See ya.
Hey, Dr. Lemon here again. As you can see, we believe there's something very special about kids whose parents and family members serve in the military. Please make sure that you check out the Personalized Stress Management Plan. This is a cool plan that you can individualize. It will help you get a handle on the stresses in your life and will help you come up with healthy ways of dealing with them. There's also a facilitator's guide, internet and publication resource lists, and educational and promotional materials for adults working with kids to help them get through deployment more successfully. Thanks for watching this video, and best wishes to you and your military family.